G'day there. Alright, so let's dive into how to install the Lyric Video Creator Kit. First off, if you're in your Explorer or Finder window, you can just basically drag the MoGet straight into the Essential Graphics panel like this, and it'll just take. But there's another way that I prefer to do it, and this is what I like to do with all my MoGets, is you can go to the Essential Graphics panel here, go to Manage Additional Folders, and actually go Add, and then navigate to the folder where the Lyric Video Creator Kit is living. And so in this case, it's here, and we'll select, and then we'll just press OK. And this is a lot easier to find because you can just go to LVCK2 and it'll just be there, and it'll be always easy to find. If we do ever update, you can just drag it straight into that same folder and this will automatically update. So that's my preferred way, and just look up LVCKV2. So let's drag this on to our timeline here for it to just sort of kick in. And right now you can kind of see that, I'll just mute this for a second so you can kind of see what it is. So this is the Lyric Video Creator Kit in default form. So at the moment we've got this font. You might not have this font, which is fine. It'll just default to whatever your system font is. But I mean, of course, just pick whatever font, and you can go here and just pick whatever font you have installed in Adobe. Otherwise, whatever fonts are in your system will be completely fine. So in this case, let's pick something a little bit funkier. Let's try this one. So there you go, that'll animate on as it is. We've also got an ability to increase the scale here, which you can adjust to taste. We've also got a way to pick a different color if you don't like this particular color, position as you do, but you don't have to use this one. This is just an option if you need it. I prefer to actually use this parameter to move things around because it's a lot faster, but these are here just in case you do need them. We've got left. This time we've changed it so we can get left, right, and center justifications. Last time we didn't do that. We didn't have any justifications in our last kit. This one now is justified left, right, and center. It doesn't matter what you type, so you can type this is my lyric, and it'll just adjust left, right, and center no matter what you type in there. So that'll all just take no matter what you do, which is fantastic. All right, and then we've also got all the different types of animations here. Now at the moment we currently have 30 unique types of animations in the kit, each with a solid fill version and an outline/stroke version. Plus we have one which is just non-animated and just called still. I suggest going through and seeing which ones you like. There will be a preview video included in your kit to show you what each of them does. We've also got a couple that are just center only. So you can just see here at the bottom, these are center only, and these will not actually be affected by the justification of, so in this case, reveal center only, you'll see there'll be a left and right doesn't affect anything. That's because the way that it's set up will only be, needs to come from the center for it to work properly. In this particular instance, it's likewise with the reveal, stroke, echo center. You'll see why this is only center only. And likewise with this. So there's just only a few of those, but like I said, center only. And of course there's a couple of funky ones at the bottom here that I want to just call out. So there's circle. Circle is just one where it sort of just animates on, and this one's kind of a fun one because what you can do is you can duplicate this, and I'm just holding down Option or Alt and just dragging it up, and that makes another duplicate of it. And what you can do is you can actually, and this doesn't get affected by left, right, or center either. This is just all centered as well. But what you can do is do the circle reverse, and actually you can actually make this a stroke version, for example, and let's make this 80. And you can actually do, this was kind of designed with this in mind, where two different pieces of lyrics can go in different directions if you wanted to do something like that. I've also designed another couple that are sort of meant to be paired together. So this one called Echo Drop Down. So as you can imagine, this one drops down from the ceiling like this. If you pull this one up and we go Echo Drop Up, we can actually pull this lyric down. Like we'll just make I'm just holding this and going to the motion graphics parameter and just pulling this down like this, holding shift. And if we change this one to Echo Drop Up, you can kind of see this one goes up, this one goes down, and then this one goes up. And you can see two different lyrics that just come on at different times, and they're designed to be paired together. So yeah, there's a couple of those that are a bit like that, and obviously you can change things as you like. And just one other one I want to pull out is the scatter text, which is just kind of a fun one for me. I just thought it was kind of cool. It just adds a lot of movement to just, you know, a pretty boring, kind of boring text. But like I said, this can be used for anything, and these are like some fun things that I like to do. All right, let's go on to the next section here, and we've got texture. So texture toggle is basically just if you want to add some texture to your text. I'll go back to this. We've also got one, I'll start on the still one at the moment, so there's no animation on that, but just so you can see what's happening. So you can add a texture to the text, and at the moment it's set to gradient as the default, which means you can actually pick the color of the gradients you like here. You can make it a bright yellow, and we make it like, let's say a deep red, and then we've got a bit of a fire graphic here. And then you can actually flip that gradient if you don't like those colors. You can make it around as well. If for whatever reason you decide to make the font really big, you can actually muck around with where the gradient sits in the plane as well. You can make it sort of muck around with it to get it to taste. We've also included a spotlight one, which is just very subtle. It's just putting a sort of a vignette around the text itself. There's not much to it. It's very, very basic. It's just for people who kind of need that option if they want it. And the last one is just the custom one, which means you can just drag in your own texture as you like, and this can be whatever you like, including footage. And so, you know, if you want to go in there and really put your own footage in here, I mean, look, let's just drop some footage here of Tokyo. So let's drag it in here. And right now, this is just, there's Tokyo Tower. Just bear in mind that this doesn't always play back super well. I find that dropping video in there can slow down performance, should I say, with that particular, you know, when you add video textures to these things. So the camera shake is pretty straightforward. You just turn it on. So there's a toggle right here, and it'll just give you what you think it does. It just gives you some camera shake. All right, let's put a little bit of animation here just so you can see what's going on. There you go. You can obviously increase the amplitude, like if you wanted to go a bit more up and down on left and right, this will definitely make that happen. And if you wanted to be a more violent shake, you can actually increase the speed as well. But obviously, tasteful is always good. I like to just have a very, you know, what do you call, very loose kind of camera, like handheld almost. So this is kind of my vibe for a lot of it, really. One, maybe two. Now we'll get a fair few effects here you could have a look at. So first on, we've got the glow. We've improved the glow from the last one. So it's a lot brighter, and now we've got a slider here where you can actually affect the intensity of the glow. So you can actually dial it right down, or just give it a very slight glow. But you can have it all the way up if you like. And just bear in mind that depending on your computer, this could be a heavy effect, but it won't, hopefully not for the most part. We can also have the ability to scale the height if you want to do some funky sort of looks for your thing. We've got a skew here. We've also got a stretch, or if you want to make it like a lot thinner, you know, that kind of vibe. And you can actually got a skew axis as well. So if you want it to be more like a slant, you can actually put it to 90 and actually make the skew more of like a slanted vibe like this. And again, you can just increase the height a little bit. And finally, the last box we've got here is the box effector. Now this probably makes more sense when we have footage underneath, so we'll just put a bit of footage of Tokyo underneath here, just to kind of understand. So right now, we're just playing that footage over the top of this. We're putting some footage underneath, and obviously there's an alpha channel. So we've got stroke, so this will just put a box around the whole thing, and this will automatically resize no matter what you do. So if we decide that we want to call this just say Tokyo, it's pretty much as easy as that. And if you want to be able to see the background here, you can just turn on the solid toggle, and so that'll actually fill in that for you, and that'll again everything automatically resizes according to what you want to do. So we just type in whatever we need. Tokyo, Japan. All right, and if you're really feeling adventurous, we've also got another texture you can put in. So we've got a solid texture here, and just turn that on, and you can put your own texture in there if you like, and if that's too bright you can just turn it down a little bit as well. Again, you can also put in your own texture here as you like. For example, if we put in our own video of, say for example, New York, you know, there'll be footage there in the background as well. Alright, now that we've got the basics out of the way, let's get on to actually making an actual lyric video itself. So I've got a song here called Way Too Cold from Artlist, which is called Wayhaven from Wayhaven. And let's just have a listen to a bit of it. And so I've got the lyrics here, so we'll just the part where the lyrics are, which is around here. So let's have a listen. Alright, so let's grab our lyric video creator kit and let's go to where the first line is. I'm going to press plus to zoom in. I think it's around here is when the first lyric comes up. So I'm just going to grab this. It's always useful to have a word pad here with all the lyrics that you need. So I'm going to just paste in "You Can't Manage This," and I'm going to pick my favorite, which is the slide up word by word. Alright, you can't manage this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to slide this over, just drag this one here. I'm going to make a duplicate, and "You can't break this, boy, I'm funded." I'm going to find the "huh," which is there. I'm going to put a question mark. I know it's not in there technically, but I'm going to do it anyway. And we're going to change this one to an accent. So let's pick the Echo Zoom Center. Alright, let's make this a little bit bigger too. So let's say it's 150. Alright, I'm just going to drag another one of these out. This time we might justify it to the left. And we're going to go to keep my distance. And got to keep my distance when you're not 100. Now this one I'll overlap, so what I'll do is I'll put this as a second line. So what I'll lift this one up and I'll drag this underneath, and you can see that's sort of, so I'm just highlighting this one and I'm just going to drag it down holding shift. Give it a sec. Sometimes it can be a bit buffery. It'll work. It's just sometimes it just gives it, you just need to give Premiere a second to catch up. But it'll work. It definitely works. They've definitely improved something, but sometimes it can be a bit laggy. I don't know why. There you go. So it's pretty much as easy as that. Apologize if you do get a bit of lag here and there. It does work really well, but sometimes it's just not always happy with me. Premiere does some funky things sometimes. So let's put some footage underneath this here. Now, if you are having issues with playback, you can actually drop the res. I just dropped it down to half here because for some reason Premiere is just refusing to work with me. I promise I have tried this out and it does work most of the time, but occasionally Premiere just likes to give me the business. So I apologize in advance if that's what's happening, but it does work. We have tried this out multiple times, but for some reason this demo is just not working with me today. So let's just say that we want to add a couple of glows. So let's turn on the glow for this one. Turn on the glow for this one, and turn the glow for this one. And you can even stack this one. Let's put a gradient one on this as well. Oh, did I put in the gradient? No, not gradient, flip, gradient. There we go. It's like a bit weird, is it? And likewise, say we didn't like this style, so let's say, okay, I don't like this particular style, so maybe I want to do like a flip down for the first line. And then second line, maybe I wanted to do a echo, let's see, echo drop up. Maybe we want a different accent for that. We can use, say for example, I don't know, let's try something like echo fade. if you've purchased this recently, you will have access to a couple of these new things that we added in. So we've got this bonus pack with the neon 4K and Thicc markers, and this is just extra stuff you can throw in here. Now right now this is looking a little bit like you can't see underneath the text at this point. Let's just take off the glows for just 1 second, because I'm just going to make a different vibe. Not that I don't love the glows, but you know, they're there if you want them. Okay. Now it's a bit hard to read, which is fine. So one way you could do that is put the box effector on and turn the stroke solid on. And that, you know, but that's very corporate. That's kind of, you know, I don't love it for this kind of thing. I like, you know, I'd rather use something a bit more organic. So that's why I've got these, what do you call, we've got these like extra things that we can put in here. So let's have a look at some of these. We can put the Thicc marker on here. And we just got to extend it out just a bit so that it actually fits the end of the thing. So we'll go to uniform scale and we'll just scale this out so it actually fits everything. Or we could try something a bit different. There's another one here which is a circle hatch. We can probably put that towards the edge here. That's very full on, isn't it though? I quite like that one, but alright, but say you don't want any of this, we've actually got pre-made backgrounds as well, with a whole bunch of these neon triangles. So I mean, you can even scale them down to like, and there's lots of funky backgrounds you can.